How we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you to Heinz Field as your Pitt Panthers get set to take on the North Carolina Tar Heels. It's a huge game across the ACC Coastal Division as North Carolina is the only team remaining that could knock the Panthers out of ACC Coastal Division contention. 2 losses right now, the Panthers with none, but if they lose to North Carolina in one final game in the Coastal Division this season, North Carolina could pass the Panthers on a tiebreaker. So it's a huge game for both teams here. Pitt looking to clinch the Coastal Division as we get set to get underway here. DeAnthony Hamilton back to return the kick for the Panthers, and he does bring it out of his end zone about 5 yards deep, finds a hole across the middle, but he's brought down about the 19. And of course for the Panthers, it's a huge day. Pat Narduzzi looking to get the troops fired up as it is senior day here at Heinz Field. Pitt with 13 seniors on the active roster, looking to have one final win here at Heinz Field. And they get started off with a 9-yard carry by Davion Reynolds, one of the key cogs to this 10th overall scoring offense, 5th in yardage in the NCAA, going against a North Carolina defense that's been pretty middling this season. So it remains to be seen how Pitt will do on the offensive side of the football. But they start off with 2 really nice runs there for Reynolds. He goes for 8 this time and moves the chains for a first down. Ceno Rogers in motion. It's triple option for the Panthers. Kirk decides to pitch it. Rogers has open field, and he could be away. Ceno Rogers, take it to the house. Pay dirt for the Panthers. Just like that, 82 yards and a touchdown for Pitt. Not even a minute into the contest, and the Panthers already take a 7-0 lead. Beautiful play design. They ran 2 runs to Davion Reynolds, and then they countered that with a an option, triple option, fake handoff to Reynolds. Instead, Kirk keeps it, finds Ceno Rogers out in space, and Rogers takes that to the house. And just like that, Pitt leads. Across the NCAA, Western Kentucky with a win midweek over Marshall, improving to 9-1, 35-31 victory for the Hilltoppers. As we get back to this one here, Devin Blake leading the North Carolina offense. The star running back has been very, very impressive this season, and it'll be a wonder if North Carolina will decide to lean on him. Teams that have ran the ball well against Pitt have fared well offensively here, but that's a missed pass. That's Brian Kimbrough, the senior quarterback, missing there. He may look for some of his top targets, Steve Smith, Zach Kunu, both really talented receivers for the Tar Heels, but it's 2nd and 10 now. Kimbrough back to pass. Looks like they're setting up a screen. It's going to be Blake, and there's nowhere for him to go. That's middle linebacker Dio Langston coming up and making the tackle for loss here, setting up 3rd and long. Kimbrough, time to throw, has a man, and that's Andre Dillard there who hauls in the first down catch, and it looks like he's going to get 15 yards tacked on to the end of that. Jordan Murphy Jr., the true freshman, in coverage there, gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar of Dillard's face mask. 15-yard penalty, North Carolina into plus territory. Play action now as Kimbrough looks outside, and he's got Ryan Rogers, short gain there on the out route as he steps out of bounds. Handoff now, it's going to be Blake. He's got some room to run, but Langston comes forward and lays the boom on him yet again. Dio Langston with a tractor beam following Blake around, making the tackle there. Kimbrough is going to keep this one, though, on a read option. Not a lot of speed for the Tar Heels senior quarterback, and so you wouldn't expect him to run a ton, but when he does, it'll probably be a surprise. It's almost like Peyton Manning going for a naked bootleg there. But Xavier Sims there with a grab for the Tar Heels there. Another first down into the red zone for the first time today. Across the middle, that's Zach Kunu, but really well covered. That's Damian Vector, able to jar the football loose. The Panthers' best true cover corner, showing why he is that talented. It's going to be Kimbrough now, keeps it himself yet again. Couple of Panthers run him down and force him to the sideline, setting up 3rd and 5. Shotgun look. Blake motions out of the backfield, creates an empty set for Kimbrough over the middle, and he's got Sims for the touchdown. North Carolina says, anything you can do, I can do just as well. And that's a touchdown for the Tar Heels on their opening possession. Smooth moving the football for both teams, both on the air, in the air and on the ground there. And it's 7-7 just a few minutes into the game here. Kirk, handoff to Reynolds on the Panthers' next possession here. That's going to be a short gain for that dude Davion. And this is a huge game for the Panthers from a recruiting standpoint. 8 recruits in attendance, none bigger than Maurice Smith, the number 6 defensive tackle. He's a local product from Lower Borough, PA. He's going to be in attendance here in the Panthers, hoping to have a good defensive performance and try and sway him into attendance. But that's Reynolds on a screen, picks up 10. Panthers giving the Tar Heels a heavy dosage of Davion here to start this game. It's going to be Keith Onyango here out wide. The redshirt junior grabs that ball for 9 yards, sets up second and short. Motion for the Panthers offense. That's Nash Jackson going across the formation, and they're going to hand it off to Daenerys Carter. And the big thing you'll see about this, we've said it's senior night for the Panthers, but on the offensive side of the football, other than the offensive line, any of the skill position guys that get the ball are not guys that you would expect the Panthers to lose for next year. Daenerys Carter, a redshirt junior. Of course, quarterback C.J. Kirk is a sophomore. Sino Rogers that scored the touchdown is a redshirt freshman. That's Kavarius Black, another talented underclassman for North Carolina. This time he's a sophomore, and he's probably one of the best middle linebackers in all of the country. Out to the sideline there. That's a great throw by Kirk, and that's going to be a first down. Rogers doing a great job to haul in a contested catch there, getting the Panthers a new set of downs. It's going to be Daenerys Carter again. He's gotten a lot of handoffs today, but not a lot of room to run. That's Mac Ball, the true freshman middle linebacker starting for the Tar Heels, one of the best freshmen in the country. And there's Ball knifing through the defense again to slice down Davion Reynolds. 3rd and 14 now. Rogers not on the field, and so that's Quincy Veers over the middle, hauling in the grab there. What a catch by the little-used red shirt junior out of Shaler, PA, local product, and he's getting some time to shine. Great grab there by Veers, and a huge first down on 3rd and long for the Panthers. Carter nowhere to go on first down, sets up 2nd and 11. Rogers back into the game for the Panthers. They go 2 tight end look, and that's going to be one of those 2 tight ends. Christian Klump, the redshirt freshman, hauling that one in. Short gain of 5, sets up 3rd and 6. Trips formation to the left for the Panthers. Kirk looking to throw, and he's got nowhere to pass. He's brought down the corner blitz off the edge. That's Chris Fuller coming from the nickel corner position. Brings down Kirk, and the Panthers are going to settle for a Johnny Midday field goal. That kick is up. That kick is good. And it's 10-7 Panthers here late in the opening frame. 5 wide set for the Tar Heels on first down. Kimbrough just looks to the sideline, and that's going to be the first catch of the day for senior receiver Steve Smith. Blake up the middle. Now on 2nd down, nowhere to go. A trio of Panthers triages him and brings him to the ground, led by Talik Bridges, the junior outside linebacker. 3rd down for Kimbrough now. Looks to the sideline, and Rogers hauls it in, but Langston forced him short of the sticks, and North Carolina is going to be forced to punt the ball away. Reynolds now goes up the middle here, fights through a couple of tacklers for a nice chunk of yardage. 5-yard pickup for Davion, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Your Pitt Panthers with the football, leading North Carolina 10-7. Second quarter set to get underway. Panthers deep in their own territory here. Kirk back to pass. Looks out to the sideline. He's got Davion Reynolds, who probably could have turned for a first down, but loses his footing and falls out of bounds. Sets up 3rd and short now. 5 wide. Motion for the Panthers. Kirk, time to throw, and he's got an open receiver. That's Onyango again. 2nd time he's been found on a little zig route underneath. Good job of Onyango using his agility to make some space for himself and get an open catch here. First down for the Panthers. It's going to be Kirk up the middle on a quarterback keeper. Nice read option usage by the Panthers. 10 yards, moves the sticks for Pitt. 2nd and 10 now. Just short of midfield. It's going to be another Davion Reynolds run, and he's hit very early. That's one thing we've seen today. Reynolds has done a great job of running through contact, but he's been hit at the line of scrimmage very, very quickly off. And Kirk decides to unleash one deep here, and that's a huge catch. Sino Rogers lays out for that one and hauls it in, and C-Note already over 100 all-purpose yards on the day after that huge run, and now his 2nd grab getting to him to 48 yards, and that's a 30-yard grab there by the Madeira monster. Great grab there from Sino. Big run from Reynolds again, picks up 8. 2nd and 2, Pitt into the red zone already. It's going to be Reynolds straight up the gut, and he gashes North Carolina for 11 more yards. Huge carry from Davion. 1st and goal for the Panthers. Kirk Looks out, has a bubble screen, decides to throw it to Rogers, hauls it in. Great catch from Sino, but he stopped short of the goal line here. Second and goal for Pitt. Motion from Reynolds, goes into the backfield. Kirk's going to keep it himself, fights through one tackler, and that's a touchdown. Captain Kirk leading the way into the end zone for another Pitt Panthers touchdown. They go up 17-7, and it's a methodical drive for the Panthers, capped off by one big play, of course, with the bomb over the top to Rogers that maybe could have gone for a touchdown if Kirk puts it on a platter for him, but Rogers still made an incredible grab. He's made 3 incredible grabs today, 2 contested catches and that diving grab as well. And then the chunk plays have just been so solid. Well, Reynolds is running really well, 8-9 yards at a clip, and then when Kirk needs to keep it, he's done a really good job doing so. It's going to be 3rd and short now as Sims is stopped just a yard to gain to the first down marker at the 39. Kimbrough back to pass, has time, has a man. That's going to be Rogers again, eating up those sideline routes. 3-yard pickup for Ryan Rogers, and it's a first down for the Tar Heels. Play action not to Blake this time. Kimbrough looks deep, and Damian Vector gets his hands on it, unable to grab the ball intended for Smith, but really good defensive coverage by Damian Vector. He is like a magnet on opposing teams' receivers. And on 3rd down, Jalen Hills into the backfield brings down Kimbrough, and it's another stop for the Panthers defense. Pitt will take over following the punt. Motion now, it's going to be Reynolds going the other way. Eludes the first tackler, but unable to get more than that 2-yard pickup for the Panthers. They go dual halfback, look in the shotgun here for Kirk. Time to throw over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted. Kavarius Black, good job staying at home and taking away that angle route to Daenerys Carter. And you see Devin Blake, the star running back for the Tar Heels, just has not been featured so far this game. 2 carries for 6 yards, and that's why you give it to Blake. He runs right through Matt Emery and gets a solid 8-yard pickup. 2nd and short. They're going to go to Blake again. No, Kimbrough's going to keep it this time on a read option. He gets out wide and does a good job running forward for 8 yards before Vector's able to bring him down. Back to pass now. 4-man rush for the Panthers. Time to throw, and that's going to be tight end Barry Williams out wide for a 9-yard grab. 2nd and short again for North Carolina. They go 5 wide here. Nowhere for Kimbrough to throw. The pressure is going to get to him eventually, and that's a coverage sack for the Panthers. Jalen Hills, the beneficiary yet again. Give him the double. 2 sacks for Hills on the day and on the drive now, but the Panther coverage really made that one. On 3rd down now, it's going to be Vector, jumps in front of Steve Smith. He's going the other way, across the 40 to the 30 before he's eventually dragged down, and Vector shaken up on the tackle. It was a great job. We've seen Vector jump in front of a couple of passes today. He's been unbelievable, but the Panthers are going to have to check in on him as he was chased down by his number 2 counterpart, Steve Smith, and he's shaken up on the play, holding his right arm. Narduzzi and the trainers out to attend to him, so we'll keep an eye on that developing situation. But the Panthers with the football now, it's going to be Daenerys Carter going off tackle. He's eventually pirouetted down to the turf after a gain of 4, sets up 3rd and 3. Motion now, Rogers goes in. Kirk's going to look to him on the screen. Sino unable to turn it upfield, though. Good job staying at home by the North Carolina corners. That's Fuller on the tackle. And it's going to be 4th and 4 for the Panthers. Johnny Midday out for about a 40-yard kick. That's right down the middle. And the Panthers take us to halftime, leading 20-7. So really impressive by the Panthers here in this contest. The offense has been moving the ball spectacularly well, and the North Carolina game plan has played really into the Panthers' hands. Devin Blake not getting enough of the football, the Panthers dominating the ball, taking the ball away, and you can see over 230 yards for Pitt to just 90 for North Carolina. So a huge first half, but the Damian Vector injury is one that we're going to need to keep an eye on moving forward for the Panthers. So let's get you out to the second half. So Pitt will kick it away here to get the second half underway. Johnny Midday going to kick it deep to North Carolina, and that's going to be Devin Blake finally getting an opportunity to do something with the football, and Jordan Murphy gets behind the coverage and is able to bring him down very, very quickly. 17-yard line is where North Carolina will start with the football here. Go 5 wide again. No Blake here on first down. They're going to go out wide. That's Khalil Dillard fighting forward. 10-yard pickup and a first down. But again, not what North Carolina seems to be built on. They have a pretty balanced attack, and they do go to Blake this time. He's brought down. That's Marquise Walker in the game, playing at the dime corner spot now, as the Damian Vector still hasn't returned, so the Panthers do have to go down the depth chart just a little bit here at corner. But that's one of the seniors here getting into the game on senior day. Kimbrough back to pass on 3rd and short. Looks out wide. Has a man open, but Smith unable to haul it in. Jordan Murphy Jr. in pursuit there. Maybe the receiver heard footsteps and unable to hold on to the football. Now it's going to be Davion Reynolds here on the counter. Tries to spin around one defender, but he's unable to fight through that arm tackle. Goes to the turf with a 5-yard pickup. Motion for Reynolds now, going to come into the backfield, take a jet sweep from Kirk there, and again, he's just a battler. He's a warrior. Reynolds fighting through tackles, getting first down yardage. New set of downs for the Panthers. Play action now. It's a jailbreak blitz for the Tar Heels, and they're going to bring down Kirk. Loss of 11 yards, and that's Kavarius Black yet again into the backfield, makes a big grab, sets up 2nd and very long for the Panthers. They try to set up a mid-screen, and Kirk nowhere to go yet again. He's blitzed right up the middle. Victor Doyle, the man to bring him down, and the Panthers' drive will end in a punt. Devin Blake up the middle now. He's chased down from behind. That's the first time we've called senior defensive captain Malachi Bordeaux's name this game, as he brings him down after a pickup of 5. Kimbrough now nowhere to go. That's Jordan Murphy Jr. off the edge, catching him in the backfield. 7th tackle already for the true freshman. Sets up 3rd and 9. Back to pass for Kimbrough over the middle. That's going to be Rogers, and he's eventually going to be brought down. Another tackle for Murphy Jr., though Cedric Granger just missed a stop short of the first down line. Plenty of time for Kimbrough. Looks out wide. That's intercepted. That's Brian Youngling, the redshirt sophomore, playing out wide in place of the injured Damian Vector, who still has not returned, and he has been ruled out of this contest. He will not return. Youngling taking his spot admirably. Youngling typically playing in the slot for the Panthers. He's had to step outside because he's just got a bit more experience, and Murphy Jr.'s taking that slot role for him. Nash Jackson unable to haul that pass in here as the Panthers are back on offense. 3rd and long now for Pitt. Kirk, time to throw, has a man by the sideline, and it's Sino Rogers, the reliable target for the Panthers. Needed 10, got 11. New set of downs for Pitt. Now they're going to go back to Rogers on the jet sweep. He's got room to run, but unfortunately, the blocks just weren't able to hold up on the edge long enough for Rogers to get the corner, and it's a 4-yard pickup. Kirk now up the middle. It's going to be Davion Reynolds here with plenty of room to run. He's been fantastic today. 15 more yards for that dude, Davion. Moves the sticks for the Panthers. Rogers in motion now. They set up kind of a double screen here. They're going to go out wide to Reynolds, and he's got room to rumble forward. Good 6-yard pickup on first down for the Panthers. 3rd and 3 now. That's going to be senior tight end Jay Ballmer in motion. Kirk, play action, rolling out to his right. Looks over the middle. Rogers unable to haul that one in. Great defensive play in the backfield there. Pierre King, among others, getting involved, and the Panthers are going to settle for another Johnny Midday field goal, making it 23-7. As we take another look around the country here, big tilt as Michigan State trying to put Penn State on upset alert. The Nittany Lions 8-1 in a playoff position right now as it stands, and will look to avoid the upset here. Oklahoma also in a tight battle with Iowa State, the defending national champions, and Taylor Savage here in a battle in Norman, trying to hold off the Cyclones. North Carolina with the football. Now they're going to motion Blake out of the backfield yet again, leaving Kimbrough to pass. He does have a man open on the sideline. That's the first time we've called Zach Kunu's name today. He's going to have a decent gain, sets up 3rd and 2, and they go speed option. Kimbrough now decides to keep it himself. Doesn't pitch it. He had Blake. Again, you got to wonder about the senior signal caller's decision-making here. Got the first down, but could have maybe had that much more if he gives Blake the football. As you can see, Blake rumbling forward here. Youngling eventually the man to bring him down, but that's a 10-yard pickup, sets up 2nd inches. And then you see again, North Carolina, they go 5 wide, and Youngling nearly with his 2nd interception here, and it's 5 wide again, 3rd and inches, and they don't have anybody in the backfield. Kimbrough, though, is going to keep it himself, and is he going to get it? They will give him the yardage. Bordeaux hit him in the backfield, but he's able to fall forward and use that big body to get the line to gain. Kimbrough to the sideline. It's intercepted again. Scott Whaley gets his feet in bounds. Nearly had a pick 6, but he couldn't tightrope the sideline there. But that's another interception. All 3 of the Panthers' top corners getting into the action today. Whaley, Youngling, and Vector all with interceptions as Pitt takes over near midfield. Great flip of the field. Kirk has time. That's KJ Welsh across the middle on the slant. Huge gain there for the junior. And that's a great pickup for the Panthers. 1 play, and they're already into the red zone. Motion now for Klump. It's going to be Kirk keeping himself on a read option. He has the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds after first down yardage. Goal to go now for the Panthers as we're just 6 seconds shy of the end of the 3rd quarter. But a false start on center Luke Davis is going to back the Panthers up a few yards here. Motion for Pitt. They hand it off. It's going to be Reynolds. Tries to go up the middle. Fights off 1 tackler. He's to about the 5. Dragged down to the turf. And that's going to take us to the 4th quarter. Pitt leading North Carolina 23-7 on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. Second and goal now. Panthers with the football to start the 4th quarter here. Kirk making some game time decisions. Back to pass. Has time to throw, loses the football, though. It's knocked away there as the pressure got to him. Johnny Garcia, the man to pick it up, but the man to jar it loose was Kavarius Black yet again. Mac Ball was in there as well. He was the first man to get to Kirk. Kirk fought through that one, but Black comes through, knocks the football out, and Johnny Garcia, all 3 of North Carolina's star linebackers, get into the action on that play, and it ends up being a takeaway for the Tar Heels, trying to keep their hopes alive as they cling to a 2-touchdown deficit here. Blake now out wide. He hauls that one in as Adarion Mitchell on senior night pushes him out of bounds. 2nd and 6. Kimbrough back to pass, and the ball's loose this time. That was Adarion Mitchell making a senior day splash. Jarred the football loose. Ends up being a nice play by North Carolina to recover the football, but it sets up 3rd and 7 now. Kimbrough back to pass. Pressure comes, and that's going to be Barry Williams outside. The Panthers eventually force him out of bounds there. Nice job by Williams to haul that one in for the Tar Heels. Kimbrough on play action. He's got Rogers over the middle. He's pulled down by Jordan Murphy, but that's an 11-yard pickup. Probably Rogers' longest catch of the day. Kimbrough now keeps it himself on a read option. The Panthers give chase. Malachi Bordeaux, the man to bring him down. 2-yard loss, 5th tackle of the day for the senior captain. 2nd and long now. Kimbrough. Time to throw. Rolls to his right. The pressure's eventually going to get home. Great coverage by the Panthers. Nowhere for him to throw. And that allowed Ryan Jacobs, the defensive tackle, to come in and bring down the quarterback. 3rd and long. Kimbrough forced to throw it short, and Blake unable to hold it in. He was trying to catch it back across his body, and North Carolina's going to punt the football away. But it's been a big day defensively for Kavarius Black, trying to keep his team in the game here. He's been a one-man wrecking crew for this North Carolina defense. He's got a couple sacks, forced a fumble, 4 tackles for loss, and a couple of deflections as well. The Panthers going to try and keep the football away from him as much as possible. Kirk now rolling to his right here on 1st down, has time, decides to chuck it deep. He's got Davion, and Reynolds tiptoes the sideline, gets a toe in bounds, and it's a 39-yard catch for the Panthers. Quickly across into North Carolina territory. They go triple option this time. Reynolds nowhere to go. 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8. They're going to stick with the dual halfback look. 2 sidecars for Kirk. Play action yet again. Has time over the middle, and that's KJ Welsh hauling that one in. 21-yard grab for the junior, and a new set of downs for the Panthers. They stay in the 2 halfback look. It's Daenerys Carter. He tries to chug through the middle of the field. 2-yard pickup there. Sets up 2nd and 8. They're going to go Wildcat this time with Reynolds here taking the handoff. He decides to give it to Carter, though, who has the edge, but he maybe just doesn't have the speed to burn past the North Carolina defense. He's brought down short gain. Sets up 3rd and 7. Kirk now. Design rollout to his right, has time to throw, has a man, and it's Ceno Rogers, his 2nd score of the game, and that's a touchdown, and that may have just put the nail in the coffin of the Tar Heels and clinched the Coastal Division for the Panthers. They go up 23 points now, 30-7 after that touchdown, and it's just been a tale of the Panthers being opportunistic, getting the interceptions when they needed them, and coming up with some big plays. Every scoring drive for the Panthers seemingly has had a big play on it, whether it was Sino Rogers on the triple option, whether it was Davion Reynolds there on that big throw on that drive, KJ Welsh up the middle on a big grab. It's always been a big play for the Panthers, and they've used that to their advantage here. But Jordan Murphy caught with another penalty here. That's another freshman mistake, and that'll put North Carolina just into plus territory here. Kimbrough has time, looks for Rogers yet again. Short pass and short reception there, 5-yard grab. They're in the shotgun here. Kimbrough, time to throw, looks out wide. That's going to be Blake this time, and I think he's just going to be ruled that he does have the first down. So Blake seeing the football more as a receiver than a runner almost in this game for the Tar Heels. Kimbrough to the sidelines. It's going to be Rogers. They're going to say he did get a foot in bounds, and it's going to be 3rd and short now for the Tar Heels. Kimbrough, time to throw. Panthers only rushing 4. They're happy to give up yardage to North Carolina to just continue to eat clock. Rogers with another grab short, because that's the only thing the Panthers are affording to North Carolina right now. There he is yet again, 13-yard grab for Rogers this time. That gets his 10th catch of the day, but only 70 yards. So he's just been dinking and dunking the Panthers. Nothing really over the top. Kimbrough does a great job holding into the pressure there. Hills came off the edge and finds Xavier Sims there, who's able to make a grab, gets first down for North Carolina. Kimbrough, again, fights through Dio Langston's sack attempt, and that's Zach Kunu for the touchdown for North Carolina, and they're going to go for 2 following this. But Kimbrough sheds Dio Langston, who looked like a rag doll getting thrown to the turf there, and he fires a strike over the middle to Kunu, make it a 17-point game, but the Tar Heels decide to go for 2. You wonder why, though, because an extra point would make it a 16-point game and keep it a 2-score game. Instead, it's going to remain a 3-score game as that pass falls harmlessly to the turf, and the Panthers look just minutes away from a victory here. Oklahoma continues their climb. They're 9-1 now with a 45-31 win over Iowa State, the defending national champions, keeping their title hopes alive. Onside kick now, and who else would be the man to haul it in but Sino Rogers grabs that one. He goes down, and the Panthers now with an opportunity to just run off as much of the clock as they can and seal up this one here. It's Davion Reynolds up the middle, 6 yards for him. He's up to 85 on the day on 18 carries. 2 halfback look now for the Panthers. It's Daenerys Carter. Tries to go through the middle of the field. Not a lot of running room for him. We haven't seen a lot of yardage from Carter here in this contest. 3rd and 2 now for Kirk. He's going to keep it himself on the read option. He's going to have first down yardage into the red zone, and that should be enough to run out the clock on this victory for the Pitt Panthers. 30-13 over the North Carolina Tar Heels, and your Pitt Panthers are ACC Coastal Division champions with this victory. Sino Rogers with a pair of touchdowns, hits that 100-yard mark again, does C-Note, and it's a huge game for Pitt. They kind of took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit offensively in the second half, but they did enough to get the win. The defense was spectacular, turnovers all over the field, making the interceptions when they needed to, getting some sacks, and just a huge day. One big loss that we'll have to keep an eye on, Damian Vector's injury, is one to monitor. We'll see what comes out of that following this game. But for now, the Panthers are going to enjoy this victory and get right for the ACC championship game here in just a few weeks. 2 regular season games do remain for the Panthers. They want to keep on the run they're on, don't want to slip up and let their foot off the gas pedal, but they know they'll be dancing in Charlotte in a few weeks. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hail to Pitt. We'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.